What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to Whiplash TV. Today we're going to take a look at a lightweight battery option for your Pontiac G8. And this not only will apply to your Pontiac G8, but it also can apply to multiple other vehicle platforms as well. First off, I ask please, if you find the video interesting and helpful at all in any way, please hit that thumbs up on the video. It really helps out not only the video, but the channel as well, which I'm still trying to grow. I'm almost to 750 subscribers, trying to work hard to get to that 1,000 sub mark. So I appreciate everybody for helping out and doing all you can do to help me. It means a lot. So now, to get right on into it, I had my battery go bad around June of 2020, and I wanted to go with a lighter weight option. And shout out to Chris DeCorte, a friend of mine who helped me out and also kind of put me on the track of this lightweight battery and talked to me about it. He had good results with it, and I've heard of some others have good results with it as well. So I went ahead and put it in the car, and so far now it's been almost 2 years since I've had it in the car, and I've had zero issues with it. So let's take a look right quick first at the weight of the stock battery. The weight of the stock battery, as you can see, was 52.7 pounds. And then now, if we look at the chart and the weight of the new battery, it weighs 4.8 pounds. So the total savings of going to this battery is 47.9 pounds. So that's obviously a really big weight savings to shed off of the weight of the car. So also, if you're lowered like I am and you like that lowered look and you want to put them wide tires back there and you don't want to be scrubbing the tires, that battery sits right over there at the back end of the driver's side. So it will help you to take and have more clearance for your tires over bumps as well. But I also wanted it just to even help shed weight off the car, just to be faster. So here's a picture of a side-by-side comparison of the lightweight battery and the stock battery and all of its bracketry. And as you can see by the comparison of them, this new battery is way smaller. So let's go take a look in the trunk at this lightweight battery so you can get a good look at it and what I have going on and how I mounted it as well. All right, so the battery that I got is a Shorai brand battery. It is LFX36A3-BS12. Now, the first thing I'll make note of to you right quick is that the one that I should have purchased is the same battery, but a different part number. If you change out the A for an L, then the positive is not on this side, it's on this side. And so if the battery was flipped around, it would sit in here a little bit better, but this is how it's sitting. So you can see there's foam down here. There's a bunch of foam that comes with the battery. So basically you pull out your battery, pull out your tray, and then you put down in there all of the foam that comes with it and basically build a pocket for it. This battery is so lightweight that virtually the heavy battery cables will hold it in place. It does not really move at all. At under 5 pounds and with those thick battery cables, it just doesn't try to go anywhere at all. So since I got this battery in and there's no issues at all with it and it will work, so I've been just running it. And as you can see, you buy the battery and then you buy it with these top posts. You order the top posts separate. Now, at the time of shooting this video, the top posts are around $20 on Amazon. I tried to look up this battery on Amazon, but currently it shows unavailable. You can just simply search the part number, just search Shorai and the part number in the Google machine, and it will take and pull up the battery. Just pay attention to which one you're looking at, since they make the same size and style battery in different amp hours and also different cold cranking amps. So this one here is the largest that they make. Here's a chart of the different batteries that Shore-Eye makes, so you can see the different part numbers next to each other and which side the positive and negative battery terminal is actually on. So now I'm going to show y'all just real quick a start with this lightweight lithium battery. It's been 3 days since the car has been driven and run. It's been just sitting in the garage. I'm going to pull up engineering mode just so we can for fun pull up what the battery voltage is. And as you can see, after sitting for 3 days and it's about 70 degrees outside, it has 12.5 volts. And that is with also having my radar detector plugged in. The LED light headlights and everything are on, and the radio and all that. So this is what it's like when it starts. So as you can see, it fires up just fine, no problem. Not really very slow or anything. The car is a higher compression car as well, so I'm running 11.7 to 1 compression. You have that 540 cold cranking amps trying to turn over a high compression engine, and it does just fine. So just to cover a couple of y'all's questions that you probably have about lithium batteries and putting them on a car and seeing one that small and thinking, oh man, that's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough for my car and for my needs. So first off, you probably don't want to run this battery if you have a really big sound system, or if you have a big sound system, you might want to consider running 2 together, possibly. But then at that point, you're looking at some pretty good expense on your end to get 2 of those batteries, because they look like they're running in the range of $275 to $325 roughly. Another thing about lithium batteries is they do not like to sit for a long period of time without having charge on them. Now, I've had my car sit for maybe up to about, I'd say, a week at a time. But normally it gets driven pretty often. Normally anywhere from 2 to 5 days, somewhere in there, I'm getting in it and I'm driving somewhere with it. So if you have a car that sits a week or more on end and it's not getting driven, then you ought to consider putting like a lithium battery tender on the battery just to keep it trickle charged up. That's a good idea. The other thing is, lithium batteries don't like extreme hot and extreme cold. I'm in East Texas. We see 100-degree days, and the heat index will be even higher than that. So I haven't really ran into an issue with heat down here where we're at, but in the cold, I have noticed in around freezing to sub-freezing temperatures, I have noticed that when you go to start the car, that it will sometimes be a little slow. It's never left me stranded. It's never not fired up, but it has gotten pretty slow when it's down around 20 to 18 degrees or so. So just something to think about on that is that you don't want it to be really, really cold. Now, one trick can be that if you hit like the unlocks and locks and some different things to use some electricity, that will generate some heat inside the battery, which actually can help it out during cold climates. Or I suppose you could maybe even insulate around the battery in that compartment a little bit better. So one other thing that I wanted to make mention of to y'all when it comes to lithium batteries, if you decide not to go with this battery that I'm using and to pick another battery, which at the time I looked at several batteries, and something you want to pay attention to is obviously one being cold cranking amps, but number 2, the other thing that you want to look at is amp hours. Amp hours is basically the reserve or the battery storage of power that a lithium battery has. So you need the power, yes, to crank off the car, but let's say again, if you have a bigger sound system or more draw on it, then you need more amp hours if you're wanting to like sit there with the key on and listen to music or something like that. So that's just something that you really want to pay attention to. Amp hours and your cold cranking amps. And then also, not all lithium batteries are the same weight, so pay attention to that weight and see how much weight savings you're actually going to save. And obviously too, there's a big difference on price. Some of these lithium batteries, they can get up there to around $500. They can get really, really expensive. So just keep an eye on all that and keep all that in mind in your search for a lightweight lithium battery for your vehicle. I hope that y'all have enjoyed all this information, and I hope that it's been interesting, and I hope that you learned something. If you would please leave me a comment down below and let me know what you think about this lithium battery, and if you found any that you like that work really well, and just what you think of the video as well. Also, please consider subscribing, and also please help me out by hitting that like button on the video. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video.